Okay, so our lesson today is writing numbers in standard form. You should have gotten a place value chart that looks like this, except there's no colors. So I want you to go ahead and pause the video and color these three sections red, these three blue, these three green, and these three orange. I know it doesn't look orange, but it is. When you're finished, unpause the video and then we'll start taking our notes and do some examples. Okay, so you should have this colored by now. So in your Cornell notes, I want you to go ahead and writing numbers in word form. And the first thing we're going to talk about is a period. A period in math is talking about each colored section in your place value chart. So each one of these colors represents a mathematical period. They are separated by commas. Red is 100s, blue are the thousands, green are the millions, and orange is the billions. I know that one's hard to read, but it's billions. The other thing we need to know is what a comma does in math. A comma separates each period. So between each color, there's a comma to separate them. So the steps that you're going to take to write a number in word form are the following. You're going to box in each period, and we'll do some examples in a minute. It's just important to get this written down so you can go back and reference it. The second step is to start on the left and then write the number in word form. Then you're going to write the period name. When you do this, the color red doesn't get named at all. And then the final step is step 3, which is to separate each period with a comma. So once you have all of this written down, underneath of it or on the back of that page, you can go ahead and write examples in the same Cornell note format, and we'll go ahead and do some examples. Okay, so the first example that we're going to do is 14,285. So what we want to do is take that number and write it in word form. Remember, the first step that we wrote down was to box in each period. So if we kind of compare this number to our chart, the 5, the 8, and the 2 would be right here. So they would be in the red period or the hundreds period. So I'm going to go ahead and box that in. The 4 and the 1 would be in the blue period or the thousands period. So I'm going to go ahead and box that in. So that's what I mean when I say box in each period. You're color coding in every section. Remember, each section is separated by a comma. So now to write this, you start on the left and you cover it up. That number right there, 14, is 14. So you write out 14. And then the color it's in is blue, and blue are the thousands. So this is 14,000. And since I'm done with that color, I put a comma. Now I go to the next one. 285 is said 285. So we write that down. 285. And because it's red, if you look back at your notes, red doesn't get a name, so we just stop. So the way you say this is 14,000, comma, 285. Okay, let's try another one. 105, comma, 006. So again, the first step is to start color coding. So if you look, the 6 would go here, the 0 would go here, and the other 0 would go here. So that's red. There can only be 3 digits in a period. The next one would be 501. That would all go right here in the blue. So I'll box that in. So once you color code each section, you go ahead and start naming it. So we start here. 105 is 105. And because it's blue, it's 1,000. So that's 105,000. Because we change colors now, we put a comma there. Then I say this number, that's the number 6. So I write a 6. And because it's red, we don't give it a name. So the way you say this number is 105,006. Okay, let's do another example. 1, comma, 2, 3, 5, comma, 0, 1, 5. We're going to go ahead and start boxing in. The 0 and the 1, 5 is a red. The 2, 3, 5 is a blue. And then this one is a green. So if you look at your color codes, we start here. That's the number 1. And 1 is green, and green on our chart is a million. So 1,000,000, comma, 235, 235. And because it's blue, we say 1,000. And we're going to put a comma because we're changing color. And then my final is 0, 1, 5, and that's 15. And because it's red, we don't have to name it. So the way you say this number is 1,235,015. Okay, I want you to try these on your own. So 3, 2, comma, 6, 0, 4. Write that number down and then hit pause and solve it. And then when you think you have the right answer, go ahead and hit play. Okay, if you said 32,604, you were correct. Good job. All right, let's try another one. This one's a little harder. 1, comma, 2, 3, 5, comma, 0, 1, 8, comma, 2, 1, 6, comma. Okay, again, I want you to go ahead and hit pause, and then when you have your answer, check it with mine. Okay, the answer you should have got was 1,235,018,216. The 1 is orange, that's billion. 235 is green, that's million. 18 is blue, that's 1,000. And 216 is in the red, and it doesn't get a name. Okay, so the next thing you gotta do is go to the next slide and take a quiz.